We all have the image in our heads, the dramatic Hollywood moment, the flash of genius, the sudden earth-shattering breakthrough that transforms an ordinary life into a saga of success, the overnight sensation. We chase the grand, exciting leap, believing that greatness is a single, magnificent event. But what if I told you that the entire narrative is a lie? What if the most powerful force in the universe, the true engine of human achievement, is not the flash of genius, but something far more humble, far more predictable, and far more boring? Today, we dive into the paradox of success, why greatness always begins with the boring. We're going to expose the 3 daily, repetitive habits that built empires and transformed mere mortals into legends. Habits that anyone, including you, can start today. The first boring habit is simply the power of showing up. It's the commitment to the smallest possible unit of work, and it's best personified by the legendary comedian Jerry Seinfeld. But here is the central paradox. What did the king of comedy fear the most? Not bombing on stage. He feared the empty calendar. Seinfeld is one of the most successful entertainers of all time. But his greatness wasn't built on one amazing set. It was built on a single, almost childish routine, the don't break the chain rule. His goal was to write at least one joke or work on his material every single day. It didn't have to be a masterpiece. It just had to be something. He got a huge wall calendar, and for every day he successfully completed his task, he put a big red X over that date. The task itself was often tedious, frustrating, and boring. The magic wasn't in the brilliance of the jokes on any given day. The magic was in the chain. The act of seeing that growing chain of red X's became its own motivation. The commitment shifted from the quality of the work to the consistency of the action. The goal was not to write a funny joke. The goal was to not break the chain. The result? Over decades of unbroken chains, one of the greatest comedy careers in history. Actionable step for you. What is your X? For your biggest goal, be it writing, fitness, learning a language, identify the absolute minimum action. 5 minutes of work, 1 page read, 1 stretch. Get a physical calendar and start your chain today. The quality will follow the commitment to consistency. The second habit that defines true mastery is embracing the monotony of repetition. We see the masters perform flawlessly. But what was the absolute last thing Kobe Bryant wanted to do every single morning? The same boring routine everyone else skipped. When we watch a master, a surgeon, a musician, or an elite athlete like Kobe Bryant, we only see the fluidity, the grace, the impossibility of their performance. We see the final product. We don't see the thousands of hours spent repeating the same simple, boring motion. Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba, was notorious for his work ethic. He would arrive at the gym hours before everyone else. What was he doing? He wasn't inventing a new spectacular move. He was shooting the most basic shots, free throws, layups, short jumpers, over and over and over again. He was drilling the fundamentals. Why? Because under the intense pressure of the NBA Finals, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to the level of your training. And if your training is based on perfect, repetitive, mind-numbing repetition of the basics, then under pressure, the basics become automatic. The mundane repetition built a foundation so solid it allowed him to innovate and perform brilliantly when it mattered most. His greatness was the aggregation of millions of boring repetitions. Actionable step for you. Identify the most fundamental skill in your field. Not the flashy stuff, but the basic, boring element. Dedicate 20 minutes a day to practicing only that fundamental. Forget perfection. Aim for volume and perfect form. The ability to master the boring will make you unbeatable in the complex. The final, and perhaps most transformative boring habit, is embracing the exponential gain through consistency. This is the secret weapon of the world's most successful investor, Warren Buffett. What is the one daily activity that consumes 80% of the world's most successful investors' time? The simplest, quietest, most boring one: reading. Buffett's success is often attributed to his legendary patience and wisdom, but look at his daily routine. It is profoundly, remarkably boring. He spends about 80% of his day reading newspapers, financial reports, company filings. He calls it compounding knowledge. It is a solitary, quiet, tedious activity. Yet this simple, repetitive act of consuming information builds his knowledge base year after year. This is the power of the compound effect. Doing one thing 1,000 times, or doing 1,000 things once. The boring, repetitive act of daily reading isn't a spectacular success on day one, but every single page read is a small deposit into his brain's bank account. Over 60 years, that small, boring deposit turns into an exponential fortune of knowledge and insight that no single lucky investment could ever match. The boring consistency is what transforms linear effort into exponential results. He wasn't looking for a quick win. He was building a vast, unshakable library of wisdom, one page at a time. Actionable step for you. Select one book that is critical to your long-term success. Commit to reading just 5 pages every single day. This is a commitment that is too small to fail. In a year, you will have read dozens of life-changing books. Embrace the boring action that leads to exponential growth. If you take anything away from this, let it be this simple truth. Success is not a sprint. It's a series of small, repetitive, almost invisible actions. The dramatic, exciting moment you crave is merely the manifestation of the boring work you did in the darkness. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for genius. Stop looking for the silver bullet. Start looking for the calendar, the basketball, or the book. Start building your chain. Embrace the monotony. Because right now, the most boring action you can take is the most revolutionary step toward the person you are destined to become. If this message resonated with you and you are ready to trade the chase for the quick fix for the power of consistency, please like this video right now. Your small click is a tiny, consistent action that helps this message reach others who need to hear it. Subscribe to join us on this journey of disciplined growth. And now, I want you to go to the comments below. Tell me your boring commitment. What is the one small, repetitive action you are going to commit to starting today? Write it down, make it real, and let us hold you accountable. Because your success is not built in a single day. It is built every single day.